So guys, for those of you who did not understand the thing in my last video, this is going to explain it from a C student's perspective. The One Big Beautiful Bill champions life and puts American families first. Makes permanent President Trump's pro-family tax cuts from 2017. The lower tax rates and brackets stops at 1,700 tax increase on American families. The doubled guaranteed standard deduction stops at a scheduled of $15,000 cut in this deduction for families. The double child tax credit stops at $1,000 per child reduction in the child tax credit. The alternative minimum tax relief for nearly 8 million filers. The increased death tax exemption for millions of small businesses and family farms. Builds on Trump tax cuts, expansions of educational freedom, and savings options for families and students. Enhances President Trump's child tax credit. Supports American families recovering from Biden inflation. Increases the child tax credit by $500. The amount had it been inflation adjusted since 2017 and indexes the child tax credit amount for inflation moving forward. Adds additional Social Security network requirements for parents claiming child tax credits. Strengthens American families. Supports savings for new families. Establishing savings accounts for newborns to support growth and advancement. Increases access to the adoption tax credit. Makes the credit more usable for all families sanctity of life. Builds on the Trump tax credits, incentives for paid leave and child care. Strengthens the paid family and medical leave credit from the Trump tax cuts. Quadruples the maximum employer provided child care credit and adds additional relief for small businesses providing child care. Lowers the cost of health care. Expands health savings accounts for Americans to take control of their health care. Codifies Trump's individual coverage health reimbursement arrangement, increasing coverage options for 350,000 individuals. Rising child care costs are squeezing low and middle income families. In the U.S., 65% of children under 5 live in a household where both parents work, and 70% of parents experience difficulty in paying for child care. American families spend up to $15,600 on daycare each year for just one child. Over 47 million American families claim the child tax credit. Biden inflation increased the cost of raising a child by over 21%. For families ready to open their hearts and homes to a child in need, adoption can come with a heartbreaking price tag as high as $60,000. Enhances the adoption tax credit and indexes it for inflation, ensuring it does not lose its value. Tax relief for families married of 4. Total income is $100,000. Standard deduction $30,000. Enhanced standard deduction 0, 2,000 on obbb. Taxable income 70,000. OBBB 68,000. Taxes owed 7,923. OBBB 7,683. So now do you see that one? Like basically he's making it easier for people to have families, people to open up businesses, to become homeowners, things like that. Let's go to the next one. Let's go to the next one. The one big beautiful bill puts American workers first, delivers on President Trump's commitment to American workers. No tax on tips, 100% elimination of income taxes on any tipped income for the 4 million tipped workers. No tax on overtime. Here we go. Promise made, promise kept. Promises made, promises being kept. Because he definitely campaigned on this right here. No tax on tips and no tax on overtime. No tax on overtime, 100% elimination of income taxes on the overtime pay premium for the over 80 million hourly workers. Tax relief for seniors. Middle and low income seniors will be able to deduct an additional $4,000. No tax on auto loan interest. The average American family will be able to fully deduct auto loan interest for American made cars. Makes permanent President Trump's pro-worker tax cuts from 2017. The lower tax rates and brackets established by President Trump stops at 1,700 tax increase on working American families. The doubled guaranteed standard deduction stops at scheduled 15K reduction in this deduction for the average American worker, further increases the standard deduction by 2,000 for every American family. Additional poll worker tax relief. Repealing Democrats' 1099K gig worker rule. Stops the Democrats' attack on the gig economy by repealing the Democrats' requirement that all Venmo, PayPal, and gig transactions over 600 be reported to the IRS. Increases the 1099 miscellaneous threshold to 2,000. Reduces paperwork burden for small businesses and workers. Builds on Trump tax cuts incentives for paid leave and child care. Strengthens the paid family and medical leave credit from the Trump tax cuts. Quadruples the maximum employer provided child care credit and adds additional relief for small businesses providing child care. Cuts taxes on job creators that manufacture and hire in the U.S. Incentivizes expansion of new production factories and growing operations in America. Expands the 529 education savings account. Includes K through 12 materials and expenses for post-secondary credential credit credential credentialing to so Americans have the resources and financial flexibility necessary to enter the workforce. Making Trump tax cut stops the tax hike on American workers, makes permanent the lower tax rates brackets doubled guaranteed standard deduction, child tax credit, preventing a 1,700 tax hike on American workers, providing for their family, increases the child tax credit by 500 to combat Biden inflation, raises an annual real wages by 2,100 to 3,300 per worker, increases real and annual tax home pay for a medium income household with 2 children by roughly 4,000 to 5,000, prevents the loss of 6 million jobs, 1.1 million manufacturing jobs specifically, jobs saved by the one big beautiful bill, manufacturing jobs, retail trade, accommodation. You see the numbers. You see the numbers. 1,137,000 for manufacturing jobs, 719,000 for retail trade, accommodation and food services, 658,000, healthcare and social assistance, 634,000, science and technology, 584,000, waste and remediation services, 482,000, construction, 470,000, real estate financial services, 395,000, wholesale trade, 318,000. All others, 480,000. Promises made, promises kept. Promises made, promises kept. He campaigned on no tax on tips. He campaigned on no tax on overtime. Now you see it. Now you see it. I'm sorry, what was the Democrats talking about again? What was they talking about again? I fucking interrupted me. Damn. What was they talking about again? Let's keep going. Let's just keep going. The one big beautiful bill makes America win again. Holds woke elites and political class accountable. Repeals and phases out every green corporate welfare subsidy in the Democrats' Inflation Act. Saves taxpayers over $500 billion and immediately stops credit flowing to China. Increases the university endowment tax. Subjects the largest endowments to the corporate tax rate. New restrictions on radical left-wing organizations in the tax-exempt sector. Increases the tax on massive foundations that resemble hedge funds. Taxes nonprofits that pay their employees huge salaries. This sounds like financial accountability for all these nonprofit government organizations, these NGOs that like to sit there and raise taxes for climate changes and stuff like that, and then pay millions and thousands of dollars to their employees. Eliminate special tax treatment for sports team owners. Eliminate special interest tax breaks for billionaire sports team owners. He taking money from the billionaires. Remember? Bernie Sanders and all of them talking about fight the oligarchy. He actually doing it. Eliminate special interest tax breaks for billionaire sports team owners. Puts America first. Ends foreign control over American tax dollars. Biden-era global tax surrender sent hundreds of billions in revenues abroad. New countermeasures allow the U.S. to fight back. Stops tax benefits in Medicare from going to illegal immigrants. Requires anyone who claims a refundable tax credit to provide a social security number. Ends illegal immigrant eligibility for Obamacare, premium tax credits, and Medicare. New fees on remittance payments from illegal immigrants to outside the U.S. Fights fraud in Obamacare. Eliminates premium tax credits for Biden-era rule that encourages fraudulent enrollment. Requires upfront verification and ensure access premium tax credits are repaid in full. Repeals intrusive Obamacare tanning tax, which led to the closure of 10,000 small businesses. Ends abuse by China to circumvent duties. Consistent with White House and committee actions, eliminate de minimis for low value commercial shipments. What it does. I told you. I told you. I don't even have to read anymore. I don't even have to read anymore. Promises made, promises kept. The fact that this is a bill that's going to financially hold these NGOs, nonprofit government organizations, financially accountable, promises made, promises kept. If this is not one of the most effective presidents I've ever seen in my lifetime, I don't know what is. I don't know what is. If this is not the most if this is not the most effective president, I don't know what is. I don't even have to read anymore. I'm pretty sure y'all get the gist of it. So with that being said and done, like, comment, and subscribe. We out. Peace.